Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rob Pickering, founder and CEO of KnoCard, guys. Today is an exciting presentation because we are going to be covering the brand consultant overview. This truly is an amazing position, amazing opportunity that we're going to be exposing today. In this presentation, we're actually going to be going through exactly what a brand consultant is. And more importantly, we're also going to be touching on the actual compensation for the KnoCard Brand Consultant. I have Kathy Jodary on, Chief Operating Officer of KnoCard. You guys will understand right away exactly the compensations. Kathy Jodary, are you there?
Let's do it.
And Kathy, let's just talk about just for a second of what a great and powerful position this is. Kathy, there's a lot of positions out there. There's a lot of companies offering affiliate programs. Kathy, what's the benefit of this incredible SaaS product? Like, just throw a couple benefits out there because it's pretty overwhelming, but there's just a lot to it.
It's amazing because, first of all, it's a product that has no competition. Everybody's going to want it. Secondly, it's a high ticket item, which means that the commissions are high. And third is that the brand consultant will be earning commissions every single month. It's not a one and done, it's residual compensation.
Which is super powerful because everybody out there is obviously looking for that residual income, right? And Kathy, would you say, as we jump into this, that this is a very straightforward position, especially when we go through the compensation of how straightforward it actually is?
Totally.
Perfect. So let's jump into it. Again, our brand consultant overview. We are bringing on brand consultants all over the country. So if you're actually viewing this from one of our websites, you definitely want to reach out to us. Definitely contact the person who sent you to this presentation. And more importantly, let's kind of walk you through how this whole thing works. I'm going to jump into slide number 1. Before we even get started into all the fun stuff here, what is a brand consultant, right? A KnoCard brand consultant is an outside sales professional responsible for introducing and selling the KnoCard enterprise solution to business clients. And folks, just so you guys understand, that's exactly what this is, our business division for KnoCard. This role is designed for ambitious individuals who are ready to earn both upfront, exactly what Kathy said, and residual monthly income by closing enterprise level accounts. And when we say enterprise level accounts, we're talking about anyone that has a sales team out there. You have 5 guys, 8 guys, 12 guys, 100 people. That's an enterprise type of account. You're going to find that it's really designed for sales individuals, sales organizations. Brand consultants represent KnoCard in the field and play a critical role in expanding our client base. This position requires professionals who can manage client relations, follow a proven sales process, and endure long-term customer success. And just so you understand what we're looking for, because again, this is a presentation of brand consultants that have not signed up as a brand consultant. And this is what we're looking for. We're looking for seasoned sales professionals. Kathy, would you agree that even though we're going to go through sales training, we're going to teach you the product, we're going to teach you the verticals that we're going after, is this really training of sales 101?
Yeah, it's not everybody is a salesperson, but if you have proven yourself as a salesperson, this is just really simple.
Perfect. And then, so seasoned sales professionals who can follow direction in a proven process, right? The reason we say a sales professional is we want you to like sales, right? We want you to be okay with talking to people. That's not something that we can train, right? That's not something we can train. Motivated income earners, driven to succeed and maximize commissions. Kathy, that by itself, when we get into this presentation, folks, this is a type of position and you are going to be blown away. And I don't care what presentations you guys have seen. I haven't seen a compensation like this. I don't know if I've ever seen a compensation like this, especially when you start seeing the income that comes from this.
I know I haven't.
I have not. It's literally that crazy. And it's also super, super easy. Wait till you see it. We're also looking for ethical and people focus, always putting clients first, their success first. Why do I say that? Because guys, we actually built this for customers. We didn't set off to do this journey and say, how do we make a lot of money? And I want to make a lot of money and Kathy wants to make, so you want to make a lot of money, Kathy, I want to make a lot of money. So now what can we build? That's a formula for absolute devastation. And I got to tell you, there's a ton of these companies out there that are popping up right and left that you realize that they really don't have a solidified product behind them. All they really do is have a compensation and they hope something works so they can make a lot of money.
Half the time.
We see it out in the news. There was a big company that just broke loose a couple of days ago that just killed their entire income models and things like that. It just shows that their companies are focused on bottom line. We believe this. Obviously, we wanted a highly successful company, one of the most successful companies in the SaaS marketplace, but we have a laser focus on being simplistic, keeping things easy. I believe that you can get up and running within about 3 business days from start to finish of knowing the product, knowing who we're going after, and getting your things set up so you can get out there on the field. Guys, it's going to be as quick as that. But Kathy, let me ask you something. Is this an online business? Are we doing online marketing with this, or what position is this?
No, this is a true sales position where we're encouraging the brand consultants to meet belly to belly with people and really show them what we have, and they're going to be blown away.
And Kathy, wouldn't you agree? We want them to get out there in their local markets, right?
Yes.
Especially with something like this when we're going to go after the vertical, but we want them to go out there in that local market. The second thing is we also will teach you online. You're going to find that a lot of businesses, they do want to do Zoom calls. Their days are really packed, right? So we're not against doing that, but you know what we are against? And I just want to be super clear about this. We are not for someone going out there and just blasting this over the internet. These products are involved. These products are designed to get results. We want to make sure that the salespeople know what they're doing that work for these organizations. We need to make sure that the owners know what they're doing and how to get the results. This is not about leaving dead bodies behind. Would you agree with that, Kathy?
Absolutely. And you've said that all along, and I love that.
And I can, because you know why? I'm just exhausted from it. And Kathy knows me better than anyone. I'm just exhausted from that model, guys. I just am. If you've been in those models, you know that those models don't work. That's not what this is. If you catch any tone all the way through outside of the content that we're going to give you here, is we absolutely need to make sure that you understand the tone of myself and Kathy, that we truly have a heart for you and we have a heart for our customers. And I don't just say that just gently. I say that very sincere. You need to understand when you are partnered up with a company that truly does care about the customer. Guys, if you can team up with a company that actually cares about the product, the innovation, the actual workflow of the product, when you see what we're doing, that this is an absolute no-brainer and you are going to see a return on investment that will blow your socks off. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what that tells us? It tells us that the product is exactly the way we designed it to be successful for the customer. Guys, this is what's exciting when you can bring a product like this at this level. This is what's exciting because your retention will always be there. They're never going to cancel. They're always going to love your product because if we just focus on delivering exceptional service and exceptional product, they will go out there and tell the world about it also. And this is our strategy. Kathy, is our strategy to go out there and just get a bunch of likes and follows and we think, oh, you can follow us and this is how big we are. Is that how we're building the business?
No, we're pretty much opposite that. Neither of us are big into social media or any of that. So totally opposite.
We're just not, because you know what? It's noise. I don't believe that it's a place for business. Okay. And we are not going to ever tell you to go out there and take this product and put this out there on social media. You will not hear it from me. Okay. That is not our vertical. That's not what we're going after. That's not our business. Okay. The very last thing I want to touch base on is you're going to be a responsible account manager staying in regular contact with our clients. Listen, you are going to make a lot of money on this. You are going to make a lot of residual on a monthly basis on these things. And the one thing that we do require is touching our clients. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. We have management that can sit above you. We're looking to hold our salespeople accountable, but it's very easy and it's very relationship based of stopping into some of these accounts and showing your face. Okay. Very much almost like a pharmaceutical rep. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's move on. That's what a brand consultant is. Some of the brand consultant requirements, just so we're clear, everyone has to go through a 2-part interview. We have a sales manager. We actually have a couple sales managers, and they're going to do an interview. They're going to ask what your background is, talk a little bit more about what you're looking for, right? To make sure that we're a good fit. Listen, we have to be a good fit for you and you have to be a good fit for us, right? That's number one. Second thing is after you get through that, is as long as everything looks good, they'll go ahead and pass you off directly to me. I stay front line with our sales. You guys are the representation of the brand. I want to make sure that we're all good there. Okay. So I'm going to ask you some questions. As long as everything looks good there, then we can move on to the next step. The next step is going to be a welcome email and agreements. You guys have to understand that we are a SaaS product. That's a software as a service. And what's awesome is that it's a digital product. Okay. And the digital product is super powerful because you have the ability to immediately deliver it. Now, we're going to show you how to deliver something literally within about 72 hours, but it's powerful because there's no shipping, there's none of that. We can manage everything directly from remote locations. And that's what we love about it. And guys, I'm telling you, you guys can sell this anywhere in the country, which is super powerful. Next thing is part of that email signing non-disclosure, non-circumvents. These are just legal agreements. We're going to expose some certain things to you. We need to make sure you guys keep those close to your chest because we have a lot of money and energy and time tied up into our code behind the scenes. The other thing is just a general brand consultant agreement. This is just basically almost like a self-employment agreement. Okay. As long as the relationship is good, we maintain it. But at the end of the day, you guys will really determine where you guys stand here. We're really looking for leaders. We're looking for people that want to jump up into management positions and really play a crucial role. You know, KnoCard is really opening their doors to say, if you want to call this place home, you can call this place home. And on top of that, make an incredible income. The third thing that we do have is we have a small subscription fee of $129 a month. The main reason we do that is that we do give you certain tools, digital signing tools that you're going to need out there in the field. We're going to give you some apparel, so make sure that you look professional. We're going to give you professional marketing material. We're going to talk about some other things that we're going to give you, but we also provide back office training. We want to make sure that we're only dealing with people that want to be successful. And guys, believe it or not, by putting a subscription fee out there on something like this really weeds out the tire kickers and the people that aren't serious. You're going to see how powerful this position is. I don't want tire kickers. You're going to perform or this doesn't work here. It's just as simple as that because it's super, super easy. And sometimes having these fees out there, it helps compensate for our sales manager's time for people that are not serious. But we will move people out fairly quick if this is not something that they're performing at. Guys, we don't really care about $129 by any stretch of the imagination. You're going to see how much money is behind this. What we want to do is make sure that you understand that this is a real business and we want just a little bit of commitment and skin in the game. And that's why we have that active subscription there. The next thing is we do have sales calls on Tuesdays and Thursdays, live or recorded. We do want you to be a part of those. A lot of those, sometimes guys will even do recorded calls that you guys can listen to. But if they're live calls, we definitely want you on it. And we'll traditionally tell you, hey guys, we have a live call going off. You need to make sure you're there. If it's a recorded call, we just want you to listen to it the same day, right? It doesn't make a difference. As long as it's recorded, you guys can get it from the back office. No one's asking you to log on at 8 o'clock when it's a recorded call, but we do want you to listen to it. And then the next part of it is account management. We need you to touch base with 1 to 2 times monthly and comply with your management requirements. Sometimes your managers are going to want you guys to touch in daily, weekly. Some of the managers are going to have a weekly touch point with you to identify what you've been doing, things like that. Kathy, missing anything on the brand consultant requirements that you can think of off the top of your head?
No, I think you have it all there.
All right, perfect. Before we get into the fun stuff here, income disclaimer: earnings as a KnoCard promoter or brand consultant are based on individual effort, network size, and sales activity. There's no guarantee of income, and results will vary. Your success depends on your dedication, skills, and market conditions. We always put that in there because I have to tell you, I'm going to show you some pretty low numbers. And when I say low numbers of how many accounts, okay, the sky's the limit here. If you guys want to put in 4 hours a day, okay, 4 hours a day, then you're going to get certain results. We understand, just so we're clear and we set expectations, we understand that everyone is going to get different results based on your sales history and your engagement. You follow me? Your engagement. But at the end of the day, one thing that's super important to us is that you are touching and working your business every single day. It's just as simple as that. And the main reason for that is we don't want to invest time. Again, we don't want your $129. It's better for you to keep that. We have other positions. If this isn't something that you're willing to work on, at least on a part-time basis. When I show you the income here, it's super important that you're working this at least on a part-time basis. A part-time basis is realistically 3 to 4 or 5 hours a day. Okay. If you cannot commit to that, then this probably isn't going to be the best fit because this SaaS product is consistently moving. And we want to make sure that you are engaged on a day-to-day basis with this product. And we totally understand if the timing isn't there, this isn't what you're looking for. This is why we're going through this presentation, because we're only looking for people on a minimum basis that can do this on a part-time basis. So please just understand that. And that's really where that income disclaimer comes in of how much time and energy that people are putting into it. Okay. The very first vertical that we're going after in the very first business model that we're going after for the actual KnoCard enterprise program is going to be our automotive, our auto dealerships. And this is going to be super powerful for everybody when you guys see what this actually looks like. So let's jump into it. KnoCard Enterprise, a powerful path to residual income. KnoCard offers a brand consultants a dedicated enterprise division to sell and manage accounts for businesses with sales teams. Now, guys, that's super important, the sales teams, because we're going to open up other divisions very quickly. And just so you know, anyone, when you guys understand what this product is, anyone that has a sales team, we're actually going to be able to do. The only reason I'm showing you this vertical is because we have dedicated websites and things like that that are already built out for it. But please understand, the exact model that we go through can be plugged into any sales organization. Kathy, what was the one that we were talking about the other day, the solar business, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of big sales teams out there in solar that have boots on the ground, knocking on doors, getting people to buy solar panels. That's a very powerful model because solar panels are very expensive. There's high commissions for those salespeople that go out there. So what's happening is they have sales offices all over the place that are truly trying to bring sales reps on, and KnoCard would be amazing for that business. So guys, think about, as you guys start to go through this, man, what other businesses would be really good for this? Because in reality, KnoCard, our enterprise platform, just so you understand, is completely versatile for all of those businesses. We're just trying to stay laser focused here on one vertical, just so you guys can really wrap your mind around the power of what KnoCard actually can do. Okay. So again, automotive industry launch, it's fast, it's easy income. Okay. We call it the low-lying fruit. We're focused on businesses with sales teams. You're going to earn setup fees for onboarding new accounts. You're going to get paid monthly residuals for managing these accounts, and more industries are coming soon for additional growth, exactly what we spoke of. Kathy, you ready to jump in? Because it's pretty exciting to see the type of income that people can actually make on the KnoCard Enterprise platform.
Yeah, let's move on.
So there's going to be a couple ways that you guys are going to be able to earn here. Number one, as we get into this and as you guys sell accounts, which I'm going to get into, you're going to be able to make money on what we call setup fees. Okay. So directly out of the gate, we're going to show you a product that we have 2 price points, and each price point is going to call out for a $1,000 setup fee. So when we sell a business account like this, the customers are going to pay us $1,000 to set it up. That's part of the fee. And then they're going to pay a monthly fee for the actual service. The nice thing for you is the setup fee is going to be 75%. We're going to pay to you of the $1,000. So directly out of the gate, Kathy, these folks, and this is what's cool, have the ability right out of the gate to make $750 up front. So let's just say if you closed 3 accounts, you would be making $2,250. And let's just say you close those accounts this week. We would pay you guys next Friday. So your setup fees is really awesome because you guys are getting paid every single week on your setup fees. And the reason we do that is to keep money in your pocket. That's number one. The second thing is we also will pay you 100% if you sign off on any 6-month contracts. So we're going to show you that people have the ability to pay a monthly, so just month to month, no contract, or they can pay 6 months. Okay, they can pay 6 months in advance. The cool thing about paying 6 months in advance, and this will all make sense here in a second, we're also going to pay you 3 months in advance on that. Wait till you see the amount of income that you can make directly out of the gate just on one single sale that's going to blow you away. But the power behind it also is, you see how it says that you're making 100%, Kathy, of that $1,000 now you sell a 6-month contract, right?
Yeah.
You got, literally, that's crazy. You guys are making 100% of it. Okay. So it runs through our merchant account, but we're going to kick out 100% to you. Okay. Here's really where it gets exciting. Setup fees you're going to see are going to make good money, but your residual income will surpass it very quick. So you are going to bring on an account, a dealership, for example, and as they pay, you're going to make residual income every single month. Now, we just have it on a really simple sliding scale as you begin. Your first sale, you're going to make 15% residual. Your second and third sale, you're going to make 20%. And your fourth and more sales, right, you're at 25%. But the cool thing about it is once you hit that 4th account, all of your accounts are paid at 25%. So we'll retro that all the way back to that 25% as month after month goes on. Let's just say if you have 26 accounts, let's just say those 26 accounts are generating $40,000. You're making 25% of that, and just hang with me, that's $10,000 a month residual that you're actually making on that $40,000 portfolio. Kathy, that makes sense, right?
Also, if you had brought in, say, 4 accounts during that month, you're also getting paid on the setup fee on a one time. So the money is huge.
The money is huge, right? And wait till you see how we broke it down. The next thing that we want you to understand as part of all that is maintaining those 4 accounts so you stay at that consistent 25%. If you fall under 25% at any moment, then at that time you're going to be backing down your sales and you're going to get 20% or even 15%. We do have a minimum standard. Any way that you look at it, we will see you as a dormant rep if you're not consistently bringing on a minimum of one account a month, that's over a rolling 90-day period. So you need to bring in a minimum of 3 accounts over a 90-day period, or we see you as dormant. The minute we see you as dormant, then we just basically sever ways. We're not looking at paying you on monthly accounts when you're not highly engaged. The reason that we have that also is we need to make sure that you understand how the SaaS product is moving. We have different features and products and services consistently being added here, and you need to be the expert. You need to be that, what we call that SME, that's subject matter expert, directly on KnoCard. And we know that when you're not engaging in the field, when you're not engaging here, at the end of the day, you don't even know about the product and you're no longer a use to the customer. The minute you're no longer a viable use to the customer, you're no longer a viable use to KnoCard, because you're just giving everyone a bad name because you don't really even know what you're doing because you're not engaged. So maintaining 4 accounts, those are, and we're going to pay you a lot. We're going to pay you a lot of money to stay engaged. But if you disengage and you don't have that rolling 3 accounts over a 90-day period, and these are all new accounts, that we will just see you as dormant and we just basically part ways. Fair enough? Kathy, any questions there?
Oh, I think that's pretty clear.
Okay. But check this out, Kathy. So let's just say if we want to show someone how to make $3,000 their first month. How cool is that? $3,000 their first month. Number one, if you guys look on the left-hand side, we've actually been able to break this up. So there's 2 products for the automotive business, the dealerships. We have what we call a core product, runs $1,500 a month, and we also have a growth product at $2,500 a month. We believe on a minimum basis, majority of it is going to be probably a 50-50. We believe that majority of your sales are going to even come in at the growth, but just for sake of conversation, what we did is we said growth is going to be at 40% of your pipeline and core is going to be at 60%, are going to come in at $1,500. Growth is going to come in at 25. That all makes sense. So we know what legend we're working off of. Fair?
Yep.
Okay. So in order to hit that 3K a month, Kathy, guess what? It's only 3 accounts. Okay. Number one, it's 1 account at $1,500 and it's 2 accounts at growth at the 2,500. Now check this out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down some really cool numbers here. Setup fee, just setup off that month, you made $2,250. Residual, and you have to remember, all this is programmed into steps, right? The 15, 20, 20, right? That's 1,390 on month number 1, Kathy. You're walking with $3,640 month number 1.
Awesome.
That's easy, right?
Yeah.
Now just think, I want you to think about this, and we're not going to get into the product here, but it's a very easy product to sell. And we'll get into, so you guys can see our enterprise, our automotive presentation will blow you away. Okay. But the reality is $3,640 in one single month, Kathy, by selling just 3 accounts. Kathy, that's less than 1 a week.
Yeah. And when you consider how huge this product is and that nobody's going to say no to this.
Nobody's going to say no. And what we really should be doing is making sure you folks actually see the enterprise product, because the return on investment, let me just throw this out because it's not in this presentation. When someone pays $2,500 a month, just so we're clear, majority of these accounts are seeing upwards of anywhere between about probably 180 to about $225,000 in revenue by that $2,500 account. I just want you to think about that for a second. Average, okay? This is selling vehicles. So our product helps people, Kathy, correct? The dealerships sell more vehicles, right?
Yep.
The National Association of Dealers, okay, has stats out there that the average sale, Kathy, and I just want you to think about this, the average sale is anywhere between $1,800 to $3,000 per used car. This is NADA, is updated as early as 2025.
That's profit.
As profit. Let me back up. That's gross profit. Gross profit per car. Okay. To be clear. Okay. That's one sale.
Yeah.
We'll cover our platform. Folks, we're going to show these dealers how to sell an extra 100 to 200 vehicles, and one sale covers it. Does that make sense? It's wild. And the only reason I tell you that, just from a very high level, is I want you to understand this isn't, are they going to get their money back? Do they have a good ROI? No, they don't have a good ROI, guys. They have a phenomenal, mind-blowing ROI. You're talking about sometimes well over 100x ROI. That means, Kathy, if I were to give you $100, a 10x return is, Kathy, I give Kathy $100, she gives me 1,000. I give her $200, she gives me 2,000. That's just a 10x return. I want to let you guys know that our product is offering upwards of 100x return. That's how fast. And matter of fact, here's my last little pitch on the product. We're pretty confident on month number one that the majority of all dealerships are probably going to get a 30x return on month number one by using this product.
Yeah, and I've seen your numbers, Rob, and they're really lowball. It's not like you're this pie in the sky numbers. You totally have lowballed everything.
I had to lowball everything because what we want to do is we want to make it easy, Kathy, for the field, right? So it absolutely becomes a no-brainer. So get really excited about that. But check this out. The only reason I want to spend just a couple minutes here so I can take you through the next slides because I'm going to elevate what it looks like. But check this out, Kathy. So month number one is at $13.90, right? That's cool, right?
Yeah.
Now, Kathy, $13.90. You're automatically month number one. You're stepping into $1,400 residual. And just think about this, Kathy. What can $1,400 residual come in pay for? Let's just be honest for a second. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, and every month it accelerates.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing, Kathy, I'm going to show you, and the only way that I can do this without being phony is I'm going to keep you at the same exact results. Is that cool? I'm just going to get the same results here. Just bringing 3 accounts in. That's it, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, Kathy, you'd be an underachiever. Okay. Just throwing it out there, not disparaging, but you're going to be an underachiever here. Okay. If you did the exact same thing, KJ, right? Exact same thing in month number 2. You ready for this? Yeah. $3,700 in residual. I just want you to see something here, Kathy. It's really important. $1,390 and $3,700. Hey, listen, you did the same volume. Look at what your residual is.
Right.
You know why? Because now all of your accounts are being paid at 25%. You've crossed the accelerator. You're making 25% on all those accounts now.
Right. And that's not including the setup fee.
That's not including setup, Kathy. That's not including setup. Okay. Here's what's crazy too. Month number 3, $5,500.
Wow.
Okay. Now so you can see the money, you can see it roll, right?
Yeah.
And Kathy, this is only selling 3 accounts. This is what gets crazy. Okay. So it gets crazy. Okay. Check this out. 12-month totals, Kathy. Total setup fee. And I just want to put this in perspective this way. Getting $750 on each one, that's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
But Kathy, it's only going to account for $27,000 of income annually for you. That's it. But check this out. The real money, the longevity, the one that sticks every month, Kathy, $143,000 you made in 1 year by just being an underachiever. Is that not crazy? Okay. And I didn't even put total, Kathy. I just put wow. I was like, wow. Okay. Being an underachiever, you're going to make $170,000. And Kathy, Kathy, you don't even understand what I'm saying. This is not, we believe that you're going to be able to do one call closes because they're no brainers. And we'll talk about that. We want you to realistically be out there and talking to 2 dealers a day. That's our goal. That's our minimum. We really want you out there talking to 2 dealers a day. We have tens of thousands of dealers, just so you're clear, all over the country. Okay. And we're going to go after other verticals. So blah, blah, blah. But 2 dealers a day. Kathy, this is selling a total of 3. So if you sold 2 dealers a day, okay, that's literally 10 a week. That's 40 a month. And that means that you're only closing 3 out of 40. And I'm telling you, virtually every single person is basically going to tell you yes. And I'm only telling you that you're going to close 3 out of 40 dealers that you're going to talk to.
Right. If you talk to 40 people, 3 is impossible, but that's where I come back to saying you have lowballed everything.
I have, because you know what? Under promise, over deliver. Because I'm just telling you, because when someone comes back and they're like, I'm not making any money, you don't have to tell me that. What you need to start off with is, Rob, I'm not working. Okay. Because it's as simple. But Kathy, $170,000. You ready to move to the next one? Okay. Check this out. 8,000. What if Kathy wants to make 8,000? Check this out. Kathy, it's 2 core and 4 growth. Okay. Setup right out of the gate, you're going to make $4,500. Residual on month number 1, Cage. Month number 1, $3,700 in residual. Month number 1. That's crazy. Who's making $3,700 on month number 1 residual? And Kathy, I don't care if you take me into the insurance industry, the life, where are you $3,700 on month number 1?
I haven't found it.
I haven't found it. Here it is. $8,200 total income. Okay.
Yeah. That'll buy you groceries.
Now pause there. Month number 2, $7,400 in residual. Kathy, this is selling 6 accounts. We just talked about 40 presentations and we're talking about selling 6. Okay. I just told you the return on investment, a 30 to 100x return. Not a hard product to sell. not a hard product to sell. Okay. Month number 3, Kathy, $11,900 on month number 3. Okay. Setup fees after 12 months, $54,000. And come on now, residual 288,000. Folks, this is not BS numbers. These are not pie in the sky. This is not, oh, make 10 grand. I'm telling you, it's 6 accounts and your residual sits at $288,000. Are you kidding? You're making $340,000 a year with 288,000 residual, selling 6 accounts a month. Kathy, it's selling 6 accounts a month.
Yeah, that's not wow, that's overflow.
That's overflow. Press down, shake, and overflow. Is that not?
Amen.
Amen. And here's what's even wilder. I'm just going to throw this in. Kath, what's wild about this, just so we're clear, okay, is this is based on a monthly, okay? This isn't even based on you selling a 6-month contract. 6-month contract, your setup fee is going to skyrocket. Kathy, on top of that, you're getting paid up front on these accounts. So I just want you to think about doing a 6-month, you're getting a lot more cash flow quicker and you're making more setup fee. You follow me?
Yeah.
And here's the big kicker to these things. Majority of these dealers are all going to want to do a 6-month, and this is why, because we're locking you in. The one thing that we're going to encourage them is, hey, Mr. Customer, I just want to let you know, you just saw a 43x return that you just saw. Okay. You're probably going to want to lock this thing in, because here's the beautiful thing, Kathy. When you lock it in at $2,500, it will auto renewal at $2,500. So if our pricing sits at $3,500, you're locked into that price.
Yeah.
So customer, do you want to lock this in? Just pause for a second. Do you not think that you can get a return of $2,500 off this product? And they'll go, oh, of course not. Okay, I would go ahead and lock this thing in, okay? Because if our prices go up, which I'm just telling you that they are, okay, yes, very low. These are intro charter pricing. I'm telling you right now, you can lock yourself in. Okay, is that not crazy? Come on, that's insane, right?
It's nuts, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to blow your socks off and then we're done because we won't be able to handle that. Okay, $10,000 a month, Kathy. $10,000 a month. You need a total of 8 accounts. 8 accounts. Okay, yeah. 8 accounts. So here's the deal. Set up $6,000 residual. Almost out of the gate, you're making $5,000. $4,850 residual. Month number 1, Kathy, $10,850. Month number 1. Okay,
it's a lot.
Residual, month number 2 jumps to $9,700. Month number 3, you're at almost $15,000 residual. I don't want to get into these crazy numbers. The setup fee sitting at 72, residual sits at 378. Wow, you're at 450,000. And folks, please understand, you've seen some crazy network marketing. Oh my gosh, if you hit double, triple, quadruple, blue diamond, black, Sabbath, sapphire, you're going to make $1 million. Listen, this is for you and me, the average Joes, that I'm going to show you how to make some incredible money. And there is no blue sky here, folks. Will I put my name on this, Kathy, for blue sky? Is that even in my personality to be blue sky on any level with this?
No, absolutely not. And what I love is you hear all the time people say, oh, we've made X amount of millionaires. And it's, yeah, and this is happening with this. It's just a no-brainer. And I know your heart and my heart are both just to really help people. And this is going to set people free.
This is going to set people free. And you have to understand something. What you're seeing is what this can do for you. Matter of fact, you're going to talk to friends, you're going to talk to family, you're going to talk to coworkers, big hitters that you've dealt with in the past. And you're going to say, dude, you got to start with this. You got to check out what I'm doing, because people are going to see your life change. Yeah. You're making $15,000 a month. You're making $180,000 residual. What are you doing? Yeah. And here's what's awesome. I want you to have success. I want you to have success. And I want you to put 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 accounts underneath you. And I want you to rise. And I'm going to show you how fast we're going to do that. We're going to have staff. We have sales managers. We're doing some really fun stuff. But you know what? I would love for you to step into those positions. I don't want you just to see yourself here. I want you to see yourself there. Listen, we're a growing company. We're an international company. We're going after many different verticals. We're going after, I don't even want to tell you all the different verticals because it's going to be crazy. I'm just telling you that nobody has our product. This is one of the most robust products that you will see. And I get it, folks, that you haven't even seen the product yet.
Right.
Okay. We're going to talk about it, but we're going to talk more in depth. And if this is something that interests you, then what we want to do is say, I really want you to watch our product overview. Kathy, I think that we still have that hour video that we could even send, because we want them to get a flavor of it. Would you agree? Let's give them a flavor of just what the KnoCard is, right? What we're doing. But guys, this is very specific to businesses, and you're going to be really captivated of, oh my gosh. And exactly what Kathy said at the beginning, you don't realize when we say we don't have direct competition on this. It's not like we're like, oh yeah, let's just bring on the competition. I'm just telling you, we don't have direct competition on this, and we're also not changing any behaviors for people to use our product. They're using a cell phone, they're using an app on Google, Android, and Apple, and we're giving full-time data and reporting. And the reason that this is so powerful, just so we're clear, is because we're offering something that the market doesn't offer. I'm not just talking about our specific all-inclusive product. That's not what I'm talking about.
Right.
What I'm talking about is we're offering data that the competition in the world is not giving. The companies that are making the money, the multi, and I'm talking about in the tens of billions of dollars, and some of the companies that have hit double-digit trillion are companies that own data, that have data. Folks, we're going to give the dealerships, we're going to give the people from industry to industry real frontline data, and that data is how these numbers work. See, what you can't measure, you can't grow. We're going to give you numbers so you can grow them. 99% of sales forces out there today are growing in the dark. They're trying to run their business in the dark, and it's an absolute nightmare. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's move on. Opportunity is massive. I just want to kind of just throw a few things out there. This is very high level. Number one, we're going to give you a complete back office dashboard. We're going to track all your commissions. So now that you guys have seen all the compensation, what I want to do is plug on just some high level things of different things that you guys are going to get, certain tools that you guys are going to get that are important to us. Number one, you're going to get a KnoCard back office. So your back office is something that you can log into. You're going to be able to track all your commissions in real time. You're going to be able to access training anytime. You're going to be able to request your commissions. The cool thing about the commission, just so we're clear on the way they work, is your setup fees are going to get paid out. They only drag every week. So if you do it this week, then you get paid next week. So it's only 1 week. Okay. You get paid next Friday. And the monthlies, though, just so you're clear, the monthlies will always come in on the 15th. So when I say they come in the 15th, we're actually going to drop them into your wallet on the 15th, and you guys have the ability to request that money. Okay. And the cool thing about it also, we're looking at a couple different processors. We can pay you through Zelle. We can pay you through Venmo. We could pay you through Cash App we're looking at. We could pay you through PayPal. One thing that we'd like to do down the road is do direct deposit. So we're working with our merchant account on that to get you money. I want you guys to understand this is the real deal. Okay. You're going to be able to make incredible money if you engage. Okay. So we want to make sure that not only do we show you the money, but we also get you the money. Okay. Quick. You're going to be able to access training anytime. Okay. So we're going to have training consistently so you can learn the product. You can watch it 100 times if you want. Again, we talked about withdrawing your commissions. You're going to view all of your signups and sales activity. We'll talk a little bit more about that. The brand consultant position also has another model that sits behind it that we pay you on. It's a pretty substantial income model. The only reason I'm not talking about it on this call is I don't want to convolute it. I want business professionals in this position, and behind the scenes, you can even make more. I know that's wild. Like you just showed me 350,000, Rob. How are we making more? You actually can. Okay. And we'll talk a little bit more about that, but I just don't want to muddy the waters with that. You're going to be able to monitor performance and growth. Okay. You're going to be able to see everything that you're doing. So this whole system right here actually talks to your KnoCard. And again, I understand you may not know everything about the product right now, but you actually have a mobile app, okay, that has the entire system on it. And it's a mobile app from the App Store, Google Play market. And the nice thing about it is you're actually able to log in here on knocard.com. We'll talk about that. I don't want to confuse anyone. It's very simple. You have an app and then you have online. Everything you can do on the app, you can also do on knocard.com. Okay. And we'll talk it. And just sharing is like sending a text message. The only reason we say it's the only limitation of sharing is because you just can't send a text message from traditionally a computer. You send it from your phone. And then you're going to be able to manage your enterprise clients. So our back office is consistently enhancing. Just so you guys understand, Kathy does a lot of that behind the scenes. She is a bridge between me and technology. She handles all the technology tickets and actually handles like a lot of headaches. We have an amazing tech team, really super team. And that's what Kathy deals with every single night, day in, day out. She's on tickets and testing and fixing and listening to Rob's requests, which is probably crazier. These are the tools for success. So we're really excited about the tools for success. The next thing that I want to talk to you guys about, let me back up here, is our dedicated KnoCard app. So this dedicated KnoCard app is going to be super powerful for you guys because we're going to have all of our marketing stuff, all of our marketing material on here. If you want to send someone a presentation, if you want to demo the product, it's our communication hub to you. So if I want to connect with you guys, I can connect with you guys through group chat. We can chat as a team, right? Hey guys, we got a promotion going on. Hey guys, I have a contest that I'm going to do. I want to do some fun stuff on contests with you. And this is going to be our central portal. So everywhere you guys go, you guys guys are going to have your note card because you have your phone. If I ping you or a customer pings you, whatever the case may be, you're actually going to get like a notification right there on your phone, just like a text message. You click on it and it's going to connect just like that. We're going to train you on the product. Product is super easy. Kathy, what are you thinking? 20, 30 minutes maximum. They're going to be experts on the product.
Yeah, it's simple.
Right. And the reason we made it simple is that we want to make sure that it's completely adoptable from one generation to the next. I don't care if you're 23 years old or you're 58 years old. It's very super easy. The other thing that we're going to also be doing here shortly is when you sign up, we're also going to be giving you a spotlight video. That's right. We're actually going to create a professional video for you. It's going to be part of your monthly, that $129 that you give. We have a dedicated team, and you can see on mine right here, I have my video. So what I do is I'm just talking about the KnoCard product, and it's powerful because we bring in professional B-roll. It's nothing more than like a 1-minute little intro, which is cool. Like I said, we add the B-roll, we add the music. Traditionally, like I'm showing you me here, okay? Traditionally, what we would do is we would set it up. It would be a voiceover, and then it would actually end with all of your contact information. But it's super powerful because when you're sharing something with someone, or let's just say you meet a new contact, you can very easily type in John Smith phone number, and you could send him your KnoCard spotlight. And it's you speaking to him in a very professional way, exposing what KnoCard Enterprise is to him. Very well done professionally. And listen, that goes a long way where they can go, wow, that's super professional. That's something that we're going to be creating. We're not doing it right this second because our video team has to create the video. We're all going to have similar spotlights. Okay. So I'll write out a script, but we are going to be giving every single one of you your own, that's right, your own spotlight video. And that's all going to be part of your $129 also. Okay. So we're really dedicated to making sure that you guys have every single tool that KnoCard offers and more to help you guys out there in the field. Okay. We normally sell that for $300. The cool thing about it is if you guys sell any of these, you come across a business owner, sales rep, whatever that wants one of these, we charge $299 right now, and you can earn $50 commission on them. Okay. So we're really excited about KnoCard Spotlight. The other thing that we're also going to be doing is giving you some professional content to share. Again, we have a dedicated video team. Matter of fact, I just sent another script over to our video team on KnoCard Enterprise for the automotive. These are very powerful because when you're talking to someone, maybe you got them on the phone, maybe you shot them an email, we're going to be able to send them a dedicated video. And it's going to be, this video is about 3 minutes, but it walks through how the actual product works. And the video is very powerful because it really hits home of, look at the ROI, look at what we're doing. It's a no-brainer. And it helps them facilitate to say, hey, Kathy, wow, this is crazy. Let's set up a meeting. Okay. Let's set up a meeting Zoom. Let's set up. And so sometimes what we do is we just drop videos because I want you guys to be able to sell these all over the country. What if you could sit at your office and make 30 calls and talk to 12 people, 10 people, 8 people? What if you could talk to 8 people and close 2 a day? You're going to be at that $350,000, $400,000 a mark. You cool with that?
Yeah.
You work for a couple hours a day. And just like I said, on a minimum, folks, on a part-time basis, if you cannot commit on a part-time basis to this job isn't for you. This is not a hobby type of position. We do have a more of an affiliate position if that's something that you're looking for. I would never look at you that you're not a go-getter if the timing is wrong here. Okay, just so we're clear. If the timing isn't right, I totally get it. Let's reconvene in the future. But we're looking for people that can commit on a part-time basis because that's what our sales management's going to call out for. We are not offering a position on a low, on an underachiever at $170,000 a year that people aren't going to commit to us. It's just as simple as that. Is that fair, Kathy? Our success is yours. So again, we're going to provide all the tools, videos, feature training. We have dedicated support from back end, front end. We have an incredible system, which I totally understand you guys don't know everything about right now, but you will be truly blown away because no one has anything near what KnoCard is offering. So we're really excited about what we're offering. We do have frequently asked questions. Some of them are, does the KnoCard charge a fee to become a promoter? Yes, at $129. What are the requirements to be paid as a 360 or a promoter? Your subscription must be paid. And again, you have to be active. You have to be part-time. So we're going to make sure that this is available in your back office, but very simple. We want to make sure that we're very transparent with you. Okay. And outside of that, that's going to conclude our brand consultant presentation. This is one of our little logos here of KnoCard, we're your digital wingman. And you're going to love it because you're going to see how powerful this is, and you're going to see how much you actually use this. Once you understand how the product works, from sending new prospects, adding new prospects, sharing media files, tracking customers, updating your pipeline, following up with your pipeline. KnoCard is a super, super amazing product, and I'm really glad that you guys have spent some time. I apologize that this was not 20 minutes, but Kathy, I think this was really powerful and thorough to really get people's mind and their hands around something as large of magnitude as this actually is.
Absolutely. And wait till they see the product. They see the pitch to enterprise customers, that's lights out.
That's lights out. And we're going to see on certain like pages if we can show it to you. But one thing that we want to do now is maybe you're on a landing page. Okay. Maybe you've actually seen one of our ads out there. There's a form that we want you to fill out. And it basically is like our getting started. If you hit one of our getting started buttons, I'm not sure what site you're seeing us on, but if you hit like the getting started, it's going to take you to a form. The reason we want a form right there is we want to know a little bit of information about you. The minute you hit submit, it's our job within about 24 hours to make sure one of our sales managers reach out to you and schedule some type of initial appointment. You can book it, they can book it. We want to connect within 24 hours. We're going to obviously take on a lot of calls. You can imagine with this type of presentation, how many inbound calls and calls we would take. So we want to filter. We definitely want to give you an opportunity. Listen, if you look at this presentation, you're like, Rob, I just don't have all the sales skill, or I haven't, but I am a hard worker and I have tenacity and I am very coachable and teachable, then you're also a great candidate. Okay. So I want to let you know, it doesn't really make a difference that you're not the most seasoned. I just say that it's a lot easier if you're seasoned. You're going to see a product that you're going to get yeses to. Okay. You're going to get yeses to. Back in the day, just a short story, I used to sell wireless. My background is in corporate sales and finance. And I ran with the state of Ohio with AT&T. And when TNT, way back in the day of cellular phones, there used to be a thing called roaming and long distance. And maybe some of you guys don't remember that, but cellular came out in the 90s and we had roaming and long distance. That means that if I went to Chicago, I'm from Cleveland, I went to Chicago, I'd be roaming in Chicago. And you would literally get a roaming bill. And when I say a roaming bill, I'm talking like $1.20 a minute. Okay. And most people that were business people would be getting bills of realistically $500, $600, $700 a month. Okay. And I want you to understand that when you look at something like that, when you can help reduce the cost to things, okay, when you can help reduce, I would walk into those accounts and I would sell those accounts. You know why? Because it was a no-brainer. That's why. I would walk in there, Kathy, and say, all right, how much are you paying? Okay, you're paying $600, $700. Kathy, I could take it down to $99. Okay. When you could bring a product like this and you could say, hey, listen, I can bring your cost per car down to 20 cents. Okay. Because you have to understand, like, these dealers are paying for leads. They're paying for inbound traffic. Okay. What if we can give them better service, more leads at a lower cost? Do we really have to sell that hard?
No.
Did I have to sell that hard to Digital One Rate that reduced all of your roaming and long distance to one single fee?
No, because it was a no-brainer.
It was a no-brainer, and I felt like an order taker. I wasn't even like in a sales position. It was like I would just take, hey, you need to go to this account. 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 That's what's going to happen right now. We are the hunters. But in a very short period of time, we are going to be the hunted.
Yeah.
And they are going to be seeking us out. And there is no BS here. We do not want to be arrogant. We do not want to be rude with customers. But Mr. Customer, I just want to be upfront with you. I just showed you the presentation and I showed you're probably going to get a 30, 40x return on the very first 30 days. I just want to let you know, I'm the rep in the area. I'm going down to Subaru. I'm going down to Toyota. Your competition will sign up with us. And what's going to happen is you guys are going to be passing out paper business cards and they're going to be taking your leads and closing your customers. I'm just telling you, it's better to captivate them here and close them in the first day. Okay, 78%. If we reach out to them, you're going to close them in the first day. We're going to show you ways to do that, but it all starts with data. So, Mr. Customer, are we ready to get started?
Yeah.
They're all going to say yes, because again, it's a no-brainer. So guys, I hope that not only is it a no-brainer to the customer, I hope this presentation to you has also been, Rob, this is a crazy no-brainer, because that's what it is. So guys, thank you so much for spending the time with me. Myself and Kathy Jodry, operating officer of KnoCard. We are focused on staying on the front end of technology, bringing the best technology to the market and the most usable technology. No fluff, no chaos, just real technology that can be implemented into the real world today, that is highly useful, that helps people become more productive. That is our ultimate goal with KnoCard, consistently bringing the best products to market, taking care of the customers, and the customers will take care of our business. Amen?
Amen. It's exciting stuff.
Awesome. So guys, have a blessed day. We hope to have an interview with you, but lock and load, because I think your life is about to change. We'll talk to you guys real soon.